Hello friends, you're with a lonesome gamer and I'm still playing Europa Universalis. Now we're getting to the end of age 3, just a few event cards left and already 3 players passed. So let's see who's still left. We start with the English. And well, they want to have, they managed to capture New England from the Portuguese, and that happened during the Spanish War of Succession. They need that to not get penalized in points. And there also was some kind of uprising in the Great Lakes, so we want to make sure that we don't get in trouble with this one. So I'm going to spend a military cube and flip this. This is important. I don't want to lose that again. This is losing a colony really sucks. Then we have the Austrians who already passed. Poland did an event. They captured here. This is Svealand, and they also took Riga back, which was where they rebelled and they took that back. So a couple of countries have a big fleet now. The Poles, well, not exactly a big fleet, but they have something that you can call a fleet. A couple of countries have built heavy ships, France and England. So they were able to defeat some of the pirates that were out there. And maybe we will see some colonization attempt in the next turn then toward Africa and more eastern parts here. But we've also seen our first colony actually here in South Sumatra, and the Danes have also a colony in Timor. Okay, so let's see. It's now, yeah, the Poles. So what is their plan? I think what the Poles want to do is they want to change the focus. And there is a subjugate card in here, and they want to grab that. So they will bring a cube here. They're going to pay for that cube, Then they're going to pay $2. And that will give them the option to grab this subjugate card, because they will go into full subjugation action in the near future. They're planning to subjugate, to vassalize Brandenburg, and they're planning to vassalize Lithuania. If they can pull that off, that would be amazing. I don't really think, well, you know, actually I'm thinking about also bringing this in here. I don't really think they can do both this turn. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can't. But they got a lot of cash. I don't know. We'll see. They're not in a bad, but they need nearly 10 influence to grab Lithuania. So it kind of looks unlikely, but they might take Brandenburg for now, which is also pretty good. The Turks have passed. France, they still have options. They can even take an event. Now, there's a couple of tricky ones here. This is well, that gives you a casus belli if you want to do this. That's not too great. The decline of the Habsburgs. That doesn't help a lot either. These are all not too great events here. So maybe the decline of the Habsburgs isn't so bad, because that would give me a military cube And I could use, or 2 military cubes, which is pretty amazing. I could use that, for example, to really get rid of the unrest here in South Sumatra. So I'm going to play this card. It gives me $2. That's kind of nice. Not amazing, but it's something. And then, let's see, this is a little more complicated now. Name a foreign heir. I'm going to pick that. Castile, Spain must offer a marriage to 2 opponents and, if any accept, must offer an alliance to one of them. All of Castile or Spain's marriage partners gain a claim in an area adjacent to Castile. You gain 2 military. Okay, so first let's grab the 2 military. That's pretty awesome. And, oh, this should be gone, I guess. And, I might try to get that back, but maybe later. So, this is a terrible king. But I guess it's the one that the Spaniards have to take, because right now they are controlled by a bot, but this will switch back, and then I will give them the last king who was drawn, so it's going to be Carlos II. Not great. So how does Spain deal with this event? There's definitely some rules for this in our bot sheet. Okay, the Castile bot choose the same religion with the lowest prestige. Okay. So that means they're going to offer a marriage to France and a marriage to Poland. Okay, so Poland and France accepted the marriage. I think they go both ways. That gives the players an action card. I'm not sure if the bot gains anything out of that. I don't know. Do they get... I don't know if they get anything. I'm going to check it in the bot rules, but... who knows? So I couldn't find anything there, so therefore I'm not gonna give the bot anything. But the players can get an alliance, and this is can get a card, and that could have saved. It would have been cool if there would be a new ruler now for England due to a marriage, but sadly England was no marriage partner, so that didn't work. But they have this problem with the interregnum, so that would be a fun way to get out of this. Let's see, the circle guys will die, so we might look, yeah, maybe a military advisor could be helpful for France. So we're gonna draw a military card, and that is not a military advisor, so it wasn't too great. And what about Poland? This guy will die. This guy will die. Okay, we got a few of them. Well, I don't know, actually. Maybe I'm gonna go with I think I'm gonna grab one of these. Commercial, wow, that's a really good one. Awesome. Now he offers an alliance, and I think this is gonna be the one with the lowest prestige. So we could have an alliance with France here. I don't know. This is a tough choice, but I don't really think I want that. You know, if Spain goes to war, I might get called to arms or something. I really don't see a reason why I want an alliance with Spain. So I don't think this is going to happen. And then the guys gain a claim in an area adjacent to Castile. Well, I think that Poland not necessarily wants that. It says all of marriage partners, so even if there would be some that would not have been involved in this thing. France, I don't know either. I mean, we don't have a claim left, and I don't intend to attack Spain. That is just not a reasonable thing to do, I guess. So therefore, I think there's nothing gonna happen here. These things, the marriages will eventually give a point each at the end of the game, and I get my 2 cubes. So overall, that was not too exciting, I guess. Okay, but we bring this king here into play. So the English, they want to explore, so that costs them one of their naval tradition and a cube, and they simply going to roll the die. Their goal is to find Hudson Bay or the Great Plains, so they need a 2 or a 3. And they don't have that, so they're going to spend another cube. Ah, fuck. I can reroll once more, but then if I find a 1, yeah, I'm fucked. Okay, it's again a 1. I think there are 3, yeah, there are 3 non-1 sides. Okay, so that was yeah, that was garbage. That didn't work. Fuck, it was expensive and it sucked. And then, yeah, that was just bad. It would allow me to place a claim on one of these areas here of the Spanish. Well, actually, I could place a claim here. Do I want to do that? Maybe. No, it's not. No, it's not in the area where the ship is, so I cannot do that either. Okay, yeah, it didn't work out. Really bad. So then the Poles again, their idea is to subjugate Brandenburg, vassalize them. So we're going to spend a cube for the card, and then we can simply remove 3 influence, and that gives us then control over Brandenburg. And that means that, oh, and that's actually not true because of this fucking cube. Okay. So that means I can't do it. I have to, it doesn't make a big difference, right? I've got to throw in another influence cube first. I need the tax value plus the cubes of the enemies. So I need another influence cube first, but I can play that card next turn, and then it's going to be all right. France will spend a cube to get rid of the unrest here in South Sumatra. We don't want any trouble there. England, yeah, that exploration didn't work out well. I mean, I could give it another shot, but I only have a single reroll. And the problem is I cannot get the card back if I play it now, because I already played this change focus action. So I think I'm not going to take that risk. Is there anything I want to do with my 3 military cubes? I don't know. Probably not. What I could do, I could spend a military cube. I could leave this here and spend a military cube and a diplomacy to do more exploration. I don't know. That's a tough choice. I could also maybe do a trade action. And that might be a good idea. You know, I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a trade action now. And if I can get a little more cash, I might think about attacking the Netherlands next turn, because the alliance with Spain will break. Because now the Netherlands have, because of this additional colony, they have now 10 provinces, and bot alliances break at the end of the turn if the dynamic player realm has 10 or more provinces. So therefore, this is an option, but if I want to do that, I'm going to need cash for troops. So I think a trade could be a good idea. Okay, so we have grain, which would work, but it's not worth a lot. I might not even get anything out of it. Well, because there's a pirate there, I don't know if that would work. Naval supplies, that would also work. Salt, that doesn't. So let's see. The naval supplies from North America, Virginia, New England, Canada. That's not bad. I can get something out of there. So, okay, let's activate this guy. So I got one ship there. I have New England, Virginia, and Canada. So that's 3. The ship 5. Just 5. That's $5. That's not great. Oh, man, this is just $3. That's pretty bad. Yeah, so it's just $3. Really not good. Well, now the Poles will do this subjugation action. They're going to remove 4 cubes, spend 1, and that now allows them to vassalize Brandenburg. And that also means that Brandenburg will leave the empire and yeah, that, let me see, there's somewhere, here we go. And that costs a imperial authority. So the French will hire Jules for $4. So this guy goes away. And then they have 4, and they got this guy, Nicolia. And that is the wise council. So that gives them 3 points and 2 admin cubes. That's actually pretty cool. There we go. And 2 additional admin cubes. There we go. Major action, they're gonna change the focus, spend a cube, and take the naval tradition card. Oh fuck, I forgot that I have to discard cards. Actually, I forgot that here too. I have to discard 2 cards there. I totally forgot about that. So this is something, but that, I really should keep that in mind. But that's okay, I can discard these 2. And then I'm okay here. And the Poles also have to discard 2 cards because they took the subjugate card. English, they're gonna pick an event, and it's gonna be the diplomatic crisis that gives them a ton of cash, and it's not a terribly exciting event for them. They don't want to go the tough way here. They don't want. I mean, actually they could. We will not tolerate insults. Let's see. Pick an opponent. If possible, one you are allied to. Okay, that. The English are not allied to anyone. They lose, but you can still pick an opponent, I guess. They lose 3 victory points, gain 1 military, and must place a casus belli token on your capital. You gain 2 victory points and 1 military cube. Well, if I simply pick one who already passed, that guy will not do me any harm. I might simply pick Austria. So that gives Austria a cube, but they already passed, so who cares? And they lose 3 victory points, which is good because they are the leader. I gain 2 and a military cube. So that's actually pretty cool. Then we can place a pirate somewhere. So let's see. Yeah, that's a bit tricky. Maybe down here in Sevilla, that looks interesting. I could also go for the Baltics. This is an expanded trade node. Maybe that's even better. That's hard to tell. I think I'm gonna place it here. And this is it. And then, yeah, there's this casus belli token, but that will be removed anyway. But actually this, I think that will cost additional points to Austria, because yeah, if they don't somehow answer or react to a casus belli token, if they're not at war, so that's simply, we need a low numbered claim, this one I think, then they lose another point, I think. Okay, cool. So that's pretty much it. Not too exciting. Then the secondary things here are also triggered. So we have another pirate showing up. Let's see what the auto resolution for that is. Event. There we go. Place a pirate ship into the trade node with the most merchants. First an expanded node, then random. Okay, so let's see if we have any trade node with more than 1 merchant. Yeah, there's one down here. I think this is it. So in the Adriatic we have a pirate. And then we have the faith that will spread in this auto resolution way. Okay, so basically Burgundy became Protestant, as did Seine, and Aquitaine became counter-reformed, as did Lombardy. And that is always a little bit ugly to do this. And yeah, it's hard to determine. You really got to check who has the most tax income and all kind of things. It's a little bit complicated. But I hope I did it right. I'm not absolutely sure, but I think it's not that important. And then these we lose, or the circled ones, this lady dies. So there we go. René, oh no, he takes a hit. And down here, Thomas dies. Wow, that's a 4. That sucks. This guy dies, another 4. Wow. That's painful for the Poles. But they still haven't passed, so they can at least play a couple of new guys. And the general here, he takes a damage. I think this is it then. Over here, the Austrian guy. Okay, that's it. Poland will pass, gives them a buck, and that triggers then the end of the turn. France still has a couple of cubes left. Is there anything to do for them? There's a lot of Protestantism here going on. In 3 provinces, they have Protestantism. That is not good. Maybe they want to play man of the church. Yeah, they're going to do that. That might be helpful. So they're going to play a cube and 2 bucks. And then they can change the religion. But where? I don't know, maybe here. Sane. Might make things a little bit easier. And then we are nearly done. The English still have options. Do they want to try another explore action? Probably not. They don't have the option to reroll, so I guess that would be pretty crazy. Didn't the French, didn't they take the naval? I thought they took the naval card back and discarded 2 cards to do that. I'm pretty sure they did that. I think I simply forgot to take the card in my hand. So that, yeah, and I don't know, I think the English, they just, it kind of sucks. They have so many cubes, but I really don't know what to do with all them. I think I'm not going to do anything. I only get 3 cubes because of my interregnum, and if I want to declare war next turn, if I find a leader, because without a leader I cannot declare war, if I want to attack the Netherlands, maybe I'm going to need quite a few cubes. So therefore I'm going to hold back and simply pass, and then the French will also pass, and that's it. That's the end of the turn. So now we're going to go into the end of age routine. Expected, we remove the casus belli, and that means Austria loses 2 points because they're not at war with England. And are there any NPR invasions? I don't think there are. This is a bit of a tricky situation here, but I think because I have not conquered Tunis, there will be no... So, yeah, there are no NPR invasions, I guess. Actually, I think we might see an NPR invasion in Sweden. If an enemy which is not an active ally is at war with any players, and none of the areas where that NPR currently controls provinces contain units... Yeah, that is actually happening now. So let's do this. It's 36. These are the things I always have to check up because I think it only happened once or twice. So I guess basically that means we get unrest. Okay, let's see. Okay, if there are 2 plus, let's see. Weird, it says, so they will basically try to liberate this area, I think. It says, any of the NPR's provinces that are occupied by an enemy qualify. Yeah. I think they cannot attack here, or can they? I mean, that is adjacent by sea, but it says they go first for the NPR's own capital. So they're definitely going to go for that one. They're going to go for Svealand. But there already is unrest, so that's a little odd. And then they will simply move in with 2 units. Yeah, so that's the thing. We're going to have 2 units. So that could actually become a problem for these guys because they might lose a cav now. But they have a general, which helps. So we got 2 units, and let's let them attack first. Okay, that was 2 hits. So yeah, we will definitely lose our cavalry. And we are allowed to fight back. That's good enough, is it? Yeah, wow, because of this die. We only had a single infantry, but this die saved us. So we lose 2 units. That's a bit painful. Okay, but we defeated the invasion. We'll see in Hungary liberated Pest and Szabolcs. And that leaves a casus belli here for the Turks. So they lose 2 cities. And, well, there are no more rebels on the board then. So now we go to the peace resolution. After the peace resolution, Austria gained these 2 territories, which gave them 2 points. The Spanish gained these 2 provinces of Portugal. They had to give back the capital, but giving back the capital gives them 2 points, and they got an additional 2 points here. So they are now also sitting on 64, as do the Turks. Then we have now here a peace between Sweden. It should be a truce actually. Let's place it here somewhere. And we have a truce down here. And we should also have a truce between Spain and Portugal. Okay. Okay, the French gained 2 unrest because of religious dissent here in Limousin and Franche-Comté. And down here, I forgot that all the time in Kaffa because this is actually Muslim. I didn't keep that in mind, so now I remembered it. And the Spanish were allowed to get rid of 1 unrest here in Mississippi because of their special abilities, of their ideologies here. And so did the Austrians, so one of these went away here. And that's pretty much, oh, and actually because of their lousy stability, the Turks gained an unrest here. So let's start with England. I think they actually do not have a single unrest, which is pretty amazing. Austria, the same. The Poles, let's see. They got a roll for Riga. Okay, that cost them $2. Down here, Szepes. That's a rebellion. That sucks. We want to re-roll that. Ah, fuck. Okay, so we got a rebellion, which means this is freed, like all that. So we got a big Hungarian rebellion going on. And that means we have a casus belli, which is not good. Okay. And anything else? I don't think so. Nope. Then we go to the Turks. They got 2 unrest there, but they have their army there. Okay, so that means they would lose a cube. They're going to re-roll one of these. That's a rebellion. Okay, so that means they're going to lose 1 unit. And they got to fight a rebel. So that rebel attacks. Okay, that is a unit. The Turks fight back. Yeah, okay. So they're going to lose another unit. Not too great, but okay. And that's it for the Turks, I think. We go to the French. Loire. Ah, fuck it. Okay, that's a rebellion. There's nobody there. So this simply becomes a rebel town. Then down here in Lombardy, we lose a unit. Okay. And Burgundy, another unit goes away. Oh man, they're gonna have trouble recruiting a large force. I think that's it for them. Spain, they don't have a lot. They just have 2. Okay, one of them goes away. And then they lose a cube. By the way, because the Spanish controlled Lisboa and gave that back to Portugal, that gave them, in addition to 2 victory points, 4 new cubes. So that's pretty amazing. I think that's it. Yeah, we're done here. Okay, so that's the end of the rebel dice. And income and upkeep is next. Now it's time to score the power struggle, and that's interesting. So first the Austrians got another 3 points because they are still controlling the papacy. Now let's see. Okay, power struggle. We got to go back again. I should know by now how this works, but okay. So let's see. Flanders and Wallonia. That nobody controls anything there, but we got an alliance there. So the Spanish and the French, they have a marriage, and I think both gives a point. Yeah. So the French get a point and the Spanish get a point. Next, Burgundy. Burgundy is France. That means, let's see, they score Okay. That's yeah, that's they score 2, 4, 6, 7 points. They don't get an additional point for the marriage, I think, but they get another point because they are the only ones having provinces there. So that gives them 8 points. Okay, that now we have a pack here. Poland, England, and France, all with the same amount of points. Lombardy, again, France will score massively. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and an additional one because they're the only ones there. So that means they go to 50. Wait a minute, no, that's 9. So they go to 57. Wow, incredible. Naples. Well, they have an alliance. No, that's not true. Naples is down here. So Naples is Spain. So that means 2, 4 plus 1 is 5. So that brings them to 70. Aragon is also Spain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And another one, so that's 7. That brings them to 77. Florida. Now, okay, does that give 2 points or 1? No, that only accounts for the main map. Okay, so that means they get 1 for Florida, Virginia, New England, and Canada. Okay, the English get 1 for Virginia, 1 for England, 1 for Canada. Okay, fine. Players with a marriage. And an alliance with Castile. Yeah, so that was stupid. I should have taken the French probably should have taken the alliance, but now it's too late. I didn't know that. Maybe I should still take the alliance. I should be allowed to do that. But on the other hand, I don't know. Well, I decided against it. Fuck it. That was not clever. Or 6 provinces adjacent to the North America hub. Now, wait a second. That 6 plus provinces, nobody has that. I'm not sure if we're talking about tax value or actual provinces. I think it's actual provinces. The Spanish would have a tax value, but I don't think that's enough. If Castile, France, or England has provinces in fewer than 3 of these areas, they lose 3 points. Now that's the thing. I think that France actually has only provinces in 2 of these areas. So therefore, they will lose 3 points. 1, 2, 3. That sucks. And yeah, Castile obviously has no... Oh, wait a minute. Actually, Castile has Lombardy. They have Naples and Aragon. Oh, but they also have Florida, so they are okay. And then we have... Yeah, the English also have 3 provinces here in North America. So they also don't lose any points. So overall, we can see this was a big jump for France. Although they could have actually made 3 more points, but okay. And it was also a massive jump for Spain. Okay, so this ends the Third Age. And at that point, I want to take a break of a few days because tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I'm gonna host 1849, so I need that table. And I gotta say, I'm really happy that I finally found again a guy who is willing to join our group to play a bit of 18xx, and it seems like he's really into it. So that would be just great. So yeah, I need that table. I'm gonna place this under the bed and then bring it up in a few days again. I hope it doesn't get messy or anything. So, but one thing so first of all, I think if this would be, and there is actually the campaign scenario which ends after three ages, because the fourth age only comes with the expansion, and you can play kind of the grand campaign only with 3 ages if you want to. At that point, I'm pretty sure Spain would have won that, because they simply have so much more tax income than the Austrians do, and therefore I think they would have enough to actually catch up with the Austrians. Although I'm not positive, but I think it's enough. And it feels right in a way, because they are the only ones. I mean, okay, you could argue that maybe also England has a couple of colonies, but I mean, the Spanish have really significant colonies and they have a big empire. So they seem to be clearly the most powerful here. Well, I mean, the Poles are doing good, but that's a little odd, right? The Poles are really last. They're close to grabbing Lithuania, and then they have a massive empire, but they're not doing that good. I mean, they might be in the end better than France and Spain and England, but they're probably only going to compete for third. Probably not even that, because Turkey is quite a bit in the lead compared to Poland. But one thing that really was interesting for me is the way the colonization turned out. Now, if you think about this, if the scenario would end here, this is not enough. I think there is really not enough colonization going on. You have only 3 colonies in Africa. We have nearly all the independent empires. There's no colony in South America. A few non-player colonies in India and Arabia, but you basically have all the independent empires except for the Aztecs. They're basically all still totally fine. There is no colonization. You know, you have India is still, I mean, there's still, I think there is 1 Portuguese colony in Goa, and that's it. You know, all Africa, all the indigenous people there are just happy, basically. I mean, that's good for them, but it's so ahistorical. Also here, you know, I think that's the Incas, I guess, Mayas, I'm not quite sure, but they are all, you know, it's all, China is doing fine. It feels not really right, to be perfectly honest. And this is really an issue that I have with this game. The colonization it seems to be too hard and take too many resources. But I guess I'm going to talk about that in my review. Okay, so for now, I'm going to leave it here, and I'll be back probably in a week or so. So hope to see you then. Bye.